Liberalism's death rattle. That's the focus of tonight's angle. All right, they lay waste to everything they control: education, entertainment, journalism, urban America. They produce kids who can't read, films that don't connect, news that doesn't rate, and cities that you don't want to visit. And congresswomen who can't reason.
Will you be the voice of reason in the administration and urge Trump to stop waging a war on American consumers and on housing or affordability and putting the economy at risk? Yes or no? You don't have to explain.
Representative Waters,
Will you be the voice? Will you be the voice? Will you be the voice? Will you be the voice of reason? Will you be the voice of reason?
A study
Yes or
from
no?
Wharton University
Reclaiming my
has
time.
shown
Reclaiming my time.
the biggest reason for the
Reclaiming
housing
my
increase
time.
was the mass
Reclaiming my
unfettered
time.
immigration.
Mr. Chair, will
You
you
let
let
in
him
between
know
10
that
and
when I
20
asked
million
him
immigrants.
Time does
took
belong
up
to
the
the
housing
gentlewoman
stock.
from California.
10 and 20 million immigrants
Can you
took
shut
up the
him up?
housing stock of working Americans. And can you maintain some level of dignity?
Decency, dignity, that's obviously asking too much. Can you shut up? Maxine should be interacting with visiting angels, not whip-smart cabinet secretaries. She read every question, by the way. Her poor staff, I feel bad for them, if she even remembers their names, that is, because she didn't remember what she had just said to Bessent.
Do you regret basically telling the secretary to shut up during the hearing?
I didn't tell him to shut up.
You asked for him to be shut up.
No, I didn't.
You did. You're on camera saying it.
Oh no, you're not. You're not right. I told Hill to tell him to shut up.
Right. Do you regret? I know. Do you regret saying that?
Oh, you missed it. You're trying to make up something.
Mad Maxine and liberalism, both on political life support. Now, none of them seem happy, by the way. They were happy during COVID when people were shut in, you had to do DoorDash, and no one went to church. They're happy then. But now they're pretending to be shocked that a new administration would change investigative priorities.
The SEC was dropping cases. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau dropping cases. And
Well, sir,
look, you're on FSOC with all the heads of these agencies. This should be a serious question to you. Trust should be a serious question and a serious issue for the financial services industry, especially as the Secretary of the Treasury.
Well,
That's an important. No, this is my time. I haven't asked you any more questions. I haven't asked you any more questions,
It's the
sir.
gentleman from Massachusetts.
I'm trying to get to my next question.
Could you speak a little louder? I can't hear you.
Yeah, okay. I might.
But that was nothing compared to the come apart from that old lefty Congressman Greg Meeks.
All you have to ask is yes or no.
No, Congressman.
All you have to ask
the
is yes or
OCC
no.
is an independent entity, and I would know, Congressman,
so that- I take that-
in
I take that as a
2006,
no.
you traveled to Venezuela to lobby
I take that as a no.
Chavez on behalf of
I
your
take that
donor,
as a
on
no.
behalf of your
You
donor.
do not want to
Gentleman's
answer that
time is
question.
expired.
110
I take that as a no.
for a $7 billion.
Gentleman's
contract.
time
I'm
is
asking you to
expired.
do your
Ask the
responsibility
Secretary
as Secretary of the Treasury.
Into a Venezuelan.
You do not.
Mr. Meeks,
Will you?
time is expired.
Oh, I love the pointing. He stopped him from being so smart. Now, this was comical. I enjoyed every minute. It was very revealing. Didn't lay a glove on Bessent, obviously. And liberal incompetence goes down to the local and state levels as well. Mom Donnie in New York, remember he promised all those freebies galore, but couldn't get the snow plowed or the trash picked up after a snowstorm. At least the mayor's driveway itself got cleared out, though. And he stayed warm in his fancy new personalized jacket. Now, even the socialists were mad at him. Turns out governing is a lot harder than doing TikTok videos. Who would have thought that? But at least he does have compassion for people in need. For this guy who came at police officers with a knife.
I spoke with the Chakraborty family and I visited Chavez in the hospital. And there is no family should have to endure this kind of pain. Chavez has lived with schizophrenia for many years. Chavez needs mental health treatment, not criminal prosecution by a district attorney.
Socialists, liberals, none of them have a clue about how the real world works. The real world doesn't like that. And in Montgomery County, Maryland, one of the most liberal and the richest counties in the United States, things don't function at all, even a week and a half after a snowstorm.
Our street was plowed like less than half of it. So my side, we were trapped in our homes.
What a lot of this has done is throw up these massive piles of snowcrete and jumbles of ice and snow and other things that now blanket a whole bunch of the sidewalks.
They're not starting the new corridor now. It's also prolonging the whole school year.
It's a nightmare. China doesn't need nukes, just giant snow machines to paralyze these cities. And of course, what they've done to cities and schools, they've done to journalism. So while democracy may die in the darkness, the decline of the Washington Post is happening in the daylight.
A really troubling development at one of the most important news outlets in the United States. About 1 in 3 staffers of the Washington Post are impacted, I'm told. That means laid off today. Bezos has been focused on his Trump administration relationships, and many Post staffers feel they are the victims of that kind of attempt to curry favor and cozy up to the Trump administration.
All right, Bri. Look, liberalism, the old liberalism of the Kennedys, the Clintons, the Washington Post, the type of liberalism that seriously offered an alternative vision to the GOP, that's gone. When a political movement can't run the schools, can't clean the streets, or participate in a congressional oversight hearing, or even support its own legendary newspaper, then that movement is effectively dead. And by the way, it wasn't killed by conservatism or even by populism. It was killed by the left, who insisted on turning old-style liberalism into woke drivel that no intelligent person can take seriously. And as that fact becomes more obvious every day, the future of the Democratic Party is looking more and more like the future of its old supporters at the Washington Post. And that's the angle.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.